This is another episode from wellness.com where we provide health advice. Today, we have Mary Wu, a weight loss coach as well as a nutritionist. How are you, Mary?
I'm doing very well, Bobby. Nice to have me on this, webcast, podcast.
So Mary, I wanted to ask, from your years of experience as a nutritionist, what is the main difference between a holistic approach and the traditional one?
I would say the traditional nutritionist, what they normally do is, and again, there can be two categories of nutritionists. You can be somebody who is really interested in nutrition. They sort of started living a life that was healthy, and they call themselves nutritional coaches. So those are somebody that sort of are living their life and they're teaching those skills to other people. And then you have nutritionists who have actually gone and studied nutrition. So that would be somebody like me. And there are different designations for nutritionists. And normally what nutritionists do is they would be looking at more at your diet. Some of them may even sort of, give you some recipes. They're really looking at the well-being of you. So what is different between them and what I do is the reason why I chose the name of my company as Holistic Wellness is because I think health is not just one component. There are a lot of things that actually combine to become what your health looks like. And I wanted to have a more holistic approach to it, because if you really look at health, sometimes there can be factors like if somebody's going through mental health, correct? Then there is a component of mental health that we need to help them with. Maybe it's counseling, maybe it's psychotherapy. But what it is there are different aspects. There's fitness, there is stress, there is exercise, there is what you're eating, what your lifestyle. So if you can really see, there are so many, I would say, pillars that comprise to form your health. And that's the reason why we need to look at all those aspects in order to have optimal health, correct? So that's the reason why we look at it in more of a holistic way instead of just in a very siloed way. So that's what I would say is holistic nutrition. And my specialization is I actually specialize in medicinal nutrition, which really means is I'm really looking at people who have certain health issues. They've been struggling with it, maybe around medication, and they're looking to actually reverse those health issues, get off medication, and then achieve optimal health. So that's where I focus on. And I've been working with a lot of clients that have metabolic issues like diabetes, high blood pressure, cholesterol, fatty liver, arthritis. And then I do specialize in weight management and autism, because that's very near and dear to me, because I have a son who has autism, and I was able to help him through nutrition to really thrive.
What is the most, I guess you can say, the most common health issue that you are encountering in the field?
So it would be the diabetes, high blood pressure, and cholesterol. I always call it the trifecta. Literally, I would say if I see 10 clients, I would say around 7 to 8 have one of these health issues. Some people may have 2 of them, and there may be others who have all 3 of them. So these are the most common ones. And sometimes you even see them at pretty young ages, like, people can be in the age of 30 who may have one of these health issues. So normally we used to always call these health issues of the seniors, but nowadays it's not the seniors, it's actually even younger people who actually have these. And there are so many factors that can result in them having these health issues.
What would you say is the most common factor that at an early age, at 30 years old, from your understanding, is that what do you think is causing it?
One of the things will be definitely lifestyle and what you're eating, because I think a lot of people don't realize is what you eat can result in you having good health or wellness, or what you're eating can cause you to sickness, correct? So I think especially in a younger generation, what we're noticing is a lot of lesser people are actually cooking at home. They're actually more busier in life. They're eating out more often. And normally they're tending to eat more stuff that is not very healthy. So, and normally what happens is that, when you're younger, you feel like, you're fine, nothing is going to happen. So you don't really take care of yourself. It's normally when you hit like ages of like late 30s, early 40s, and you start to sort of focus on your health, because now you start to noticing that you're having certain health challenges, correct? So that's what the reason why we're noticing a higher incidence of younger generations sort of having some of these health issues, because I would say whatever happens to us from a health perspective, this is one of the myths that I wanted to talk about is genetics, right? Because I remember prior to nutrition, I used to always think is, oh my God, my mom had cancer, my mom has high blood pressure, high blood sugar, I'm going to get it, correct? But then when I went and studied nutrition, I came to know is that only 30% of what happens to you is genetic. The rest of it is all got to do with your own lifestyle, which is actually a great, I would say, good news story. Because if it was the opposite, then all of us would be doomed, correct? So the good thing is that you can actually reverse your health. And I am a living example of that. Prior to nutrition, I was a person who was very, very sick. I used to be in the doctor's office every month with something or the other happening to me. And I was in a position where I was on medication, and I was told by the doctors that I would be on this medication for the rest of my life. So I'm so grateful that nutrition came into my life. I worked with a nutritionist, and after 6 months, I got off medication. So that inspired me to actually go back to school and study what nutrition is all about. And that's when I discovered all these things. So, when we hear all the time, doctors saying is, oh, what did your parents have? If your parents had those kind of health issues, you will. I will tell you is as long as you change the way you eat, your lifestyle, you can, defy that for sure. Because I'm in my 50s and I don't have, knock on wood, cancer or high blood sugar like my mom, and neither does my husband have cholesterol or high blood pressure that his dad had, correct? So we are living example of people who can reverse the health issues. And another thing that I would say is age is no barrier. Like, people come to me and sometimes they'll say is, what, Mary, am I too old to make a change? It's never too old to make a change, because what, the way I look at it is you're better off than yesterday, correct? And every step that you take in the direction of getting better, you can achieve longevity, you can have good health, you can enjoy the quality of your life. So there are a lot of things that nutrition can do that a lot of people don't know about, correct? But the key is, talking to the right practitioner, knowing how they can guide you through the process, making sure they understand the root cause of the issues that you're experiencing, and then working with you to help you achieve success.
Are there any, maybe if you were to say the top 3 tips that you can just give someone right off the top of your head, what would the 3 tips be?
One is the most important is diet. You have to really look at what you're eating. We are consuming a diet high in sugar, and we're actually eating too much sugar, correct? So that's one of the reasons. So we really have to reduce the consumption of sugar. And the consumption of sugar doesn't mean like just table sugar, correct? It's everything that is in different foods that we're eating, correct? Every food has some form of sugar. So that's what we need to reduce. Secondly is stress. Stress is a big factor, because a lot of people don't realize is when you are stressed, the chemical reaction that's happening in your body is the same thing as if you're eating, correct? And stress is causing a lot of the high blood pressures and those kind of health issues, correct? And third, I would say is the sedentary lifestyle, correct? We are spending a lot of time in front of the computer. We are, I think, spending 7, 8, sometimes 9, 10 hours in front of the computer just sitting. And sitting is the next smoking, correct, nowadays. So I would say starting to move around, even if it means taking some short breaks between work, so that you are actually at least moving, and that will also help your body, correct? Because right now we are not spending that much of time moving. Like, I know a lot of people have these trackers on their watch. People are barely even completing 10,000 steps, which is the minimum that we need to do every day. So those are some of the things. So the lifestyle has to change in order for us to achieve good health.
Well, you heard it here. You got expert advice from Mary Wu, top 3 advice. Again, thank you, Mary, for appearing on wellness.com. And make sure to click the link below and for more health expert advice. Thank you.